Hello, we are the Articulate Coven. I am Joel.
I'm Ashley.
And we are the Articulate Coven, and we're reacting to San Diego Comic-Con videos.
We are.
There was a lot of stuff. Announced, Ashley.
So much stuff, and the videos just continue to be the gift that keeps on giving for us. It's bringing us more viewers. It's bringing us more delicious sights and sounds of Sam.
M5713M specifically requested that we should watch the Rotten Tomatoes interview together. I want to see both of your reactions. So, here we go. It's the Rotten Tomatoes video.
We will deliver.
Always, man. That's what we're here for. All right.
You got a specific request from us? Come on. We're people pleasers. God
I like
bless.
where we're starting.
Me too. My God. He just looks perfect.
Isn't it crazy that they literally just threw this? They just threw this together, Ashley. We know now in retrospect.
So stupid. Hey, look at his hands. He's perfect.
Yeah.
But then again, they might not.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jacqueline. Welcome to Rotten Tomatoes Watch List. I'm here with some of the cast and filmmakers of Anne Rice's Interview with a Vampire. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Hey.
Okay. I like Mark Johnson and we love Daniel Hart, but I do like a stripped down interview because it means everybody gets more time, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, I feel like the internet is going to be so jealous of me. I'm like here with all of y'all. It's great.
We are.
Yes, Jacqueline.
We're all jealous.
The show, I think, is just built in popularity, but at this one, we're going to be taking on the Vampire Lestat.
It's really exciting just to write the VO in Lestat's voice, just for the first time to see how he is beginning to mold and take hold of the show. Because he's sitting there, the show has to come from who he is. So the show gets to be very impulsive and wild and contradictory. And structurally, we get to work around these songs. Daniel Hart's not here right now, but he's written about 16 to 20, depending on how it lands, songs for this season, which is really challenging and exciting because you have to sort of overwrite and underwrite to place these things there. That's all really technical. What's really, really cool is that it's just a very, very, we had, I think, a very confident first two seasons in tone, and we're about to absolutely change it. This book demanded it. This book is very different than the first book. And so being able to be very honorable in that way to Anne's move is really super cool.
Okay. First of all, every time he says that, and maybe he's just doing lip service, but so far he has not steered us wrong. And it just instills so much confidence for me in where this is going.
Yeah.
If AMC will just keep spending the money, we're going to get some good shit.
I mean, they're spinning it as we speak on some good shit.
It just occurred to me, though, he's right about the tonal shift.
Yeah.
It's also a big tonal shift from the Vampire Lestat to Queen of the Damned. It's a big tonal shift from Queen of the Damned to Tale of the Body Thief. It's a huge tonal shift from Tale of the Body Thief to Memnoch the Devil. And we've been talking about how weird Lestat gets after that for a while. So
right. Right, exactly. Well, I think that I can't tell if they're concerned about it because they do keep mentioning it. I don't think it's anything to be worried about. It's not going to be the pretty gothic horror filmed in New Orleans, that we had for 2 seasons, but it's like we've got a time shift. We move into modern time for the whole story pretty much, unless, except for the, shit, that's not even true, but I don't know.
No, we'll get
I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about the tone change.
No.
I think that everyone's just going to ride with it and be like, okay, now we're doing this in his voice. I'm excited.
I do think that we're going to have a portion of the audience that are Jacob truthers, never read the books until the show, Louis first fans, et cetera, that'll peel off. But I don't think that portion is any larger than the book purists who were never.
No,
they
this
changed
isn't for me.
Louis,
Yeah.
they changed the time. I can't watch the show at all. And I think that's a very small portion of the potential audience. So
yeah, I agree. I agree.
Weird little horror movies like Sinners and what's the one that just came out this weekend? Weapons.
Oh, I'm so excited to see that.
gangbusters at the box office. So I think
Yeah.
we've got a possibility here. Anyway, what it occurred to me though, with the way he just phrased that, it makes me think that like genuinely you could change showrunners in a season or two and it wouldn't spell the death of this show necessarily, because the books do continue to have their own tone. Each adventure has its own sort of outlook and POV.
Yeah, they do. They all definitely have a different vibe. They all feel very different. And I think too, like, I mean, we're all settled into the feel of the first 2 seasons because they took 2 seasons to do interview, you know. I think we'll probably be with the Vampire Lestat for 2 seasons, it feels like.
Oh, I hope so. Oh, I hope so. It's fine, man. Like, keep teasing me. Seed Queen of the Damned throughout, but like,
yeah,
don't
for
rush
sure,
it.
for sure.
Don't rush
Seed it, but don't rush it. Yeah.
It's it's different than the first 2 seasons.
And Jacob and Sam, I know you, like, Sam, you're currently in Toronto, but you haven't gone up yet to film yet.
I've done like 4 days.
Okay.
Yeah, so far.
Have you already experienced any of the shifts, like now that you've come into season 3, talking a little about what Roland says, like, just first of all for you, no VO like last time. I mean,
yeah, my brain is grateful. my brain capacity is re-expanded. But I know, like Roland said, it's really exciting to feel this different tone, and for it feels as, I feel like jarring is not quite the word, but it feels as jarring as it does to go from the first book to the Vampire Lestat in a really exciting way.
Yeah.
Another thing
that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad.
No,
like,
it's good.
The books got progressively more popular, honestly, at least until like 5 or 6 deep.
Interesting, and maybe Roland's kind of alluded to it. That impulse is not just with the music; it's the impulse with who he brings near him. Lestat goes, let's just say, full Lestat in the season. Can I say that? Like, Can you tell me a little bit about who you're hopping in and around with? Because he's single.
Yeah, he is
and ready to
single, and he's hopping in and around with a lot of people. Yeah,
at the same time sometimes.
Yeah, multiple people at the same time. Yeah, definitely have potentially.
Okay. Sounds like a bathtub scene, bitches.
Let's just say, now I know why M5713M suggested this beautiful, beautiful interview. Thank you.
Yeah, Jacqueline's getting a little slutty over there. Let's do this.
Jacqueline's doing the Lord's work, Ashley, asking the questions that the people need to know.
It's the truth. It's
How
the
many
truth.
interviews deep are we? And nobody's asked about Lestat's love life.
No.
When will they think of the people?
When will they think of the people and our needs?
Booty. Y'all, booty. We're going to get Sam Reed booty.
Booty. Hopefully.
There we go.
A good amount of it.
Yeah.
Because it's lovely. And if it's a double, the double's lovely. Whoever's booty that is.
Whoever's booty. It's one of our favorite booties.
It's Lestat, and yeah, I mean he's a lover, and he loves a lot of people. He loves solely one, but loves.
How many thumbs were there?
Hey, more than 3.
More than 3 sums.
You rolling.
More than 3 sums. More than 3 sums. Ashley, all right.
I like it. More
That's
than
a big
3
bathtub.
sums. I feel a bathtub scene coming our way. I feel it. I feel it in my bones.
You know, I'm just saying, big cities, conference cities like Las Vegas, you got big bathtubs out there.
Fancy
and those suites.
hotels and those suites, friends.
Yeah.
I've heard tell. Never been there, but I've heard tell.
No. The villas, right? You got to get the villa. Oh, my.
Bless you in your pen.
Yes.
Eric, we're here at Comic-Con, which I think is great. I told you I was going to do it. Like, why are you looking at me like...
I love it. She warned him ahead of time, and he's still blushing.
Oh, he's so cute. What a sweet little angel.
I know. I'm also saying all the publicity team staring at me with daggers. So, and Roland Jones going like, "What the hell, man?" But it's episode 1, so we got right in there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
But, I think the
baby.
thing is, though, doesn't mean to say, like, it's not the sexuality of the character is like tied up very deeply into his personality and into his upbringing as well. And so, like, it's complex. It's complex. Yeah, he has a lot of sex and does a lot of like intense things with a lot of people, but you learn why. And you start to understand why. And I think that's kind of like a really interesting journey that we do take the character on. So it does feel earned.
Can't wait.
His sluttiness is earned, y'all.
I can't wait either. Okay, I mentioned on a previous, I think it was in a podcast episode, not one of these videos, but I mentioned previously with you, Ashley, that I'm watching Boardwalk Empire with Steve Buscemi right now.
Oh, yeah.
Great show. James Darmody is like Steve Buscemi's sort of adopted son. Like Steve's character raised him, but not really. It wasn't his father. His father was an old lecherous man that ran the town before Steve's character does. Nucky. Anyway, James Darmody grows up to be this like major gangster character figure in the show. And he's got a very, very, very Lestat coded relationship with his mother. His mother was a dancing girl and a exotic dancer and a prostitute at times and whatever. He was raised backstage at the burlesque, for years in his youth. And she was like 14, I think, when she had him, maybe.
Oof.
So like, yeah. So they basically grew up together.
Yeah.
And it is very much, I don't remember honestly if the show ever, where I am in the show, they haven't yet. I don't know if the show ever actually crosses that line physically, but it's clear there has been some of that probably at some point in the past. And that's what Sam's talking about here, right?
Yeah.
Sam was raised, not Sam. Sam wasn't raised in this
No.
household. Lestat was raised in a household where the father basically didn't give a shit about him except when he got in the way. And his mother didn't really know how to show affection to him, except in a couple of ways, some of which were physically in ways that she probably shouldn't have, right?
Also, she could have just taught him how to fucking read, Joel. That'll be our beef with fucking her forever.
You'll never forgive Gabrielle for that.
No, he wanted to read, bitch. You could have taught him how to read.
But it genuinely, the parallel between that relationship really struck me in one of the episodes that I just watched the other day. I'm in the second season now. And I was like, oh shit, this is Lestat and Gabrielle. Like, this guy read the Vampire Chronicles.
Yeah, there's so much to unpack too with like Nikki as well. Our guy has quite a journey.
Yeah, the only good love that he ever gets tends to be physical love. Honestly. So like, and then we're surprised that he's super sexual and super sensual.
Right.
Yeah.
You need to take a break?
No. Like, again, you were there, but they know. Eric, I wish you were there because you were the subject of conversation. Spoiler alert. What are you most excited about now that your character is one of the Immortals? I know it was a journey for you. You didn't love the idea at first.
If you say me, Eric has wanted to be a vampire for a very long time, or play a vampire. For Daniel, I think it went both ways, and that'll be part of our story, is that becoming a vampire is not an easy path for Daniel. There's also Daniel's just impulses. I mean, just think about it, where we ended at the end of the second season. There's still a lot of unanswered questions, and Daniel always wants answers. And this is going to be a Lestat-centered series of episodes, and Daniel focuses on Lestat. I mean, the focus is all on Lestat. So all I can say is this: I'm not sitting on a couch anymore, sitting around just asking some questions. I am moving around.
Like you would like sitting on a couch opposite like a bowl of pudding.
I'm not sitting on a
Like
couch
things
anymore.
were happening.
Jacob's like, I was on the couch with you,
I'm
Eric.
charming and a very good scene partner.
It makes me wonder. So one of the things that I've been wondering this whole time is like, other than the story, and now that he's a vampire, why is Daniel so hung up still on like tracking the story or being part of pop culture or whatever? It occurs to me though, part of his interest in Lestat is because of what Lestat can tell him and give him information-wise and power-wise and authority-wise and everything else-wise against and for Armand. right? Like Daniel's got this ongoing beef probably at this point with Armand for turning him.
Right.
Although he seems to enjoy being a vampire now. But at the same time, like, he didn't ask for it. That's pretty clear.
You know,
So-
yeah. I mean, we know how complicated that relationship gets.
And like at the end of season 2, what Daniel knows about Lestat is that he hates some fucking Armand, right? Like he doesn't know a lot about Lestat. That's true for sure. But
Not
he
a
does
fan.
know he hates Armand, right?
Not a fan of the murder goblin for sure.
Yeah. So like let's work on that vein a little bit. See if I can get some information.
Gazing into Jacob
just sitting
Anderson's
on a couch in
beautiful
front of a
eyes
void
for
of
hours on end, listening to him
charisma.
go on and on about his.
He's not
It's
falling
just a
asleep.
long-winded way to
Yeah.
forget it. It's just Eric's long-winded way of saying he's going to be bowling. And
I'm going to be bowling. I'm bowling. I'm bowling. I'm bowling angry. Which is a special kind of. It's like
That's a new one. That is a scoop. That's the first time you said that
angry,
today.
Bowling.
Oh, I dig this. Oh, I dig this. Angry bowling. Making a sport.
It's it's already been said. This season is going to be very different, and I'm getting to do a lot of new different things that I've never done before, and I'm digging it. I want to say one thing, which is that I have had some vampiric experience already in what we've been shooting, and it's weird. No matter how much you choreograph it beforehand, no, I'm not giving anything away. These guys can't wait to stuff a sock in my mouth while I'm talking. It's just like something comes over me, and I think we've compared notes on this. That when we're in the full vampire moment of draining somebody, something kind of takes you over. It's something else. It's a great experience, which I'm enjoying.
I can't wait. All of
Okay, that was so cool. Dude, first of all, he started it, and I can't imagine what he was seeing off screen where people were like, "No, don't."
Because he's the one that accidentally lets things slip.
He was just excited to tell us how cool it is to bite somebody.
It's so fun to be a vampire, y'all.
I saw on another interview, I think you and I were reacting to this one together, where he said that Sam had sort of taught him how to bite somebody, or had like worked with him on biting somebody. But I can't imagine that. I don't know about you, Ashley. I had never been able to, in a stage production, I've never been able to get to that moment where I genuinely feel like I fully understand a character and can embody the character until I can get some costuming on.
Right? Oh yeah, it
If
helps.
you give me a jacket, a good pair of boots, a pair of glasses, a hat or something, and like all of a sudden I know this guy now,
Yeah.
That's what this feels like to me. He's like,
you
oh,
got
I
your
got to
skin.
bite somebody.
You got your skin.
Yeah. That's fun, man. That's some of the magic of acting. I love that Eric's like, you could see it really
he's
did
having
affect him.
fun.
Yeah.
I love it. Good for him.
Also, I don't think he's filmed much more than Jacob has so far, because it seems like all he did was like one bowling scene and then he bit somebody in the alleyway.
That's hilarious.
all of you, I think, are going to stretch this next season. You've already talked about it with what you're having to write. But of course, maybe folks don't know your like musical theater roots, but you go full Vampire Lestat rockstar. Take us into rockstar camp. What are you having to do?
Like I started working with Daniel Hart, I think probably like at the very start, no, towards the end of last year. And then, you know, really from the beginning of this year, we've been working together and working on his songs, and we recorded the songs first. So I got the songs before I got any scripts. I'm singing quite a few songs in this show, but they do feel very informative for the character. And we go on a journey, like he's discovering his musical sound. He's an incredibly mercurial, eclectic, well, Louis is eclectic, Lestat's mercurial. And Daniel Hart is like an encyclopedia of all music. I mean, he can write a rock song and he can write a symphony, and he kind of can speak like weirdly every language. You know, he's found an incredible way to like access the character that is very different to the way that Roland and Hannah like access the character. And you know, he's very particular, and it's been a great privilege and joy to like be in the recording studio with him and like singing the songs written by Daniel Hart. It's been wild. Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, we haven't got a confirmation on how long season 2 is going to be, or season 3 is going to be. My assumption is probably 8 episodes, though.
Yeah.
If we get 8 episodes, that means we're probably going to get 2 songs an episode, Ashley.
That is that math, Joel. That's that math. That's right. Holy moly.
I can't even imagine. Can you, like, okay. I know you were not a big fan of Glee, but I cannot tell you how much fun it was back in the day being a fan of Glee, those first few seasons especially, when like every week you could go on iTunes right after and download the fucking songs.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. No, that was a very fun time for Glee fans, for sure. For sure.
That was the most diplomatic thing I think you've maybe ever said, Ashley. It was a very lovely time for Glee fans. I'm certain. I'm certain it was. Yes,
I know it was.
Absolutely.
I was surrounded by them. I didn't have Glee hate. I just didn't watch it. I don't like that girl.
Well, I don't like her in retrospect. Matter of fact, I don't like several members of that cast in retrospect. It turns out.
Turns out, a couple of them were creeps. Yeah.
All right. Oh man. Troubled Productions, ladies and gentlemen.
Oof.
None of that for the
None of
Vampire
that for
Lestat.
us. None of that for us, kids.
I love that. Roland, for you, do you just like say, go play and let me know where you guys are? How much conversations do you have with Daniel about the beats in the script?
Yeah, he I think it was really important to get him at the writer's table when we were building story, but he had free license to get up if Grace had entered the room and entered his mind to walk out and go, I've just been inspired by something. And we would sometimes wait for him to rejoin the room for 2 or 3 days, 4 days, and he'd come back with something, a gem. And whether or not it was something that had been assigned or something that just came from, had parachuted down, he would play it, and then we would all have a great big pause and let it sink in. And then we would either slot it in or we would start building around it.
The show's not a musical. It's not like we're doing like the musical version of Buffy. You know how they did that like one musical episode? Like, I don't know. Like, we're not doing that. It's the
people would live for it, but I guess
but it's not a musical,
Yeah.
So it's not like
Some people would cringe for it.
Some people would absolutely cringe for it. I will say this. I assumed that the songs would be equally spaced out. It is entirely possible that we build up to like a performance heavy. There might be one episode where the whole episode is structured around a tour, like an actual concert.
Yeah,
right?
like a tour stop or something. Yeah,
and it's flashbacks around the concert,
or
and
maybe
so we
getting
see
like recording scenes, scenes of him recording. There's lots of different ways to incorporate.
Yeah,
music
I could
into
imagine though, where you could have one episode that feels like when we get to the end of it, boy, that if they were gonna do a musical episode, that was the one. Episode.
Yeah.
It's like there's an arc through the songs within one episode, maybe even. I wouldn't hate that, but then again, I think you and I are both on record for liking that Buffy episode as well.
Right? Yeah. We like a musical.
Speaking of another show with, in retrospect, a troubling production.
Oh, yuck! Right? Bummer.
Man, okay, not for this show, Ashley.
Not here. Not our people.
Lestat's sad, and then he goes like, "I'm so sad." Like it's a concert. He's performing, he's writing the songs. He is a musician. That's what he does as a living. That's how he is spending his time living. So, and the scenes do exist, but the scenes exist within the context of the song. So it's not like the song informs the context of the scene. The scenes exist within the context of the song. So we're not doing a musical. So don't worry. Don't worry. It's not Lestat the musical.
Every musical theater fan's heart just broke. But I get you. Like,
Look, somebody very clever could probably
stop.
You know what you need to do? Embrace it.
Yeah, it's not that. It's not embrace it, unfortunately.
I will give it up for Rally Richie over there. Sam.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not 1,000,000% positive, but I think that is a reference from the Vampire Lestat musical, right? That's one of the songs from Vampire Lestat. I think it is. It's funny that they say a really talented person could try it. Elton John tried it, right?
Right.
They did it twice. They did it in New York. They did it in San Francisco, and it didn't last. It didn't work in the end.
Might be time for a remount.
I'm just saying, Sam wants to take the stage for a special run.
Timing is everything, friends. Timing is everything.
Ashley and I do not need to book a trip to New York. Okay, don't do that.
We will
soon.
I mean,
we will.
I've got PTO.
Yeah.
Of course you would. I want to talk a little bit about where we have already been through, because I think Sam has said that he feels, and I completely agree, the bookend of Louis' character from where he starts broken to where he ends up being the King of New Orleans is one of the greatest things we've seen on television. I completely agree. I'd like for y'all to reflect on your favorite moments of the two of you, because I know that y'all are really modest, but you love bragging about the other one. So Jacob, what is your favorite moment that you saw Sam do in the first two seasons? And then Sam, what was your favorite?
Season 2, episode 3, French. With Kate. Seeing you, doing that stuff, I was like, this is cool. This is like, and this is really exciting in terms of what it kind of implies about the future. I really enjoyed that stuff.
What about you, Sam?
I think I'm just thinking back to like very vividly remembering the Alderman office in season 1 when Louis comes in. He's like, I'm a vampire. And originally, actually, Lestat was in that scene. He was like hiding outside, looking through the window. And I was there. I was there like shooting my side, looking through the window. And Lestat was really like, really happy.
Totally
and
forgot he was outside.
Yeah,
creeping.
I'm there.
Oh,
and then I'm glad it was cut. He's really, really good like that. And it was just a very cool moment. And I felt like Lestat in that moment, going like, yeah, you are a vampire, finally.
Get it, buddy.
When me and Sam just going like, wow, he's doing such a good job.
The way you said
that is so funny. First of all, both of them are right. That was a really good cut. That didn't need to be in that scene at all. It would have taken away from that moment of triumph for Louis. But
power.
Also,
then
it would have fucked up the fight that they end up having at the end of that episode too, because Lestat's sort of like, hey man, you didn't have to gut the guy and hang him on the fence or whatever, which is like, Lestat would have absolutely gutted the guy and hung him on the fence.
That's
like,
so
what are you,
rich coming from
what
him.
Are you mad
My
about?
God.
Yeah, I guess he didn't have to hang the sign about colored people or whatever above it and make it a race riot, maybe is what Lestat's broader point was. But
Louis might have taken it a little too far. Who doesn't sometimes?
Man, those are both really good choices on both of their parts.
Yeah, I like
My
that.
assumption was going to be for Jacob that he would say that the hurricane scene when Lestat is asking him about Jacob having hurt himself.
He would have to acknowledge his own work there.
yeah, that's true. That's a very good point.
Armand, how long do you know that was the way they were going to do it with the confrontation and how that ended?
Everything in this show has been very complex as we move towards something, and I honestly don't even completely understand what's going on until I've read the script like 5 times, and then I start working on the script, and then when I memorize it, I learn even more. But when we were in the moment, that's when it was really starting to come down. I just took it in micro beats in terms of what is happening emotionally at every moment, as opposed to worried about what was happening in the big plot here, because frankly, that's pretty complicated what's going on anyway. And I learned it as I went along. My favorite moment of shooting that was when the director came over to me and he said, Eric, I need you to be angry in this scene. Can you do angry? And like, angry is my middle name, but I was like, yeah, I can do angry. Sure.
Did it well.
Oh,
Very
thank
well.
you.
All right, we do have to get out of here, but I just have to say, y'all are a huge part of this moment of bringing sexy back with the vampires. Do you have a favorite one?
I love Dracula, and I've said this a few times. The fact that they made everything by hand, Gary Oldman for me.
I tried to get on that show, and I couldn't. But Coppola invited me into the Fish to look at the storyboards and everything. Said, I'm sorry, I don't have any part for you. I was so naive. I didn't understand how it was even being cast or anything. But I wanted so bad to be in something that had to do with vampires, and as that was being put together. And then, of course, when I saw it, it was so satisfying. But of course, I was so pissed off.
Man, okay, but you go back to that's like 92, 94, something like that, right?
Yeah, 94 maybe? 90. Shoot.
No, it's earlier than Interview, right? It had to be 92 or 93, I think, because Dracula came before Interview did. Bogosian would have been, I guess he would have had to have played
92.
Like maybe he could have played Seward. Yeah, I mean, he would have. I don't know who you would have. He would have been so young. You would have cast him. Yeah, it would have had to been one of the main roles that were all kind of stars at the time. That's crazy though that he chased it. Interesting that Coppola brought him in and showed him like storyboards and shit too. That's awesome.
That is,
man. That had to be a hot ticket though for Hollywood at the time.
Like, my God, yeah, 100%. I mean, Coppola was like the king.
Yeah, he was still pitching heat.
He was, and anybody would want to be a part of that.
Yeah, that's awesome. What a great story, man. Eric Bogosian is a treasure trove.
He's
man.
a font of awesomeness. I love him so much. God, I'm so glad they cast him.
That I kind of liked it and
The
hated it
meat
at the same
suit?
time.
Oh, you just can't go past it.
The hairdo.
Sinners is just like perfect film going experience. I'm so in love with that film. Wumi Musaku, just incredible.
Yes.
And Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler. I mean, I feel like everything that could be said about that film has been said, but I just loved it. I loved it. And I want more of it.
Yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you
very much.
And thank you all for watching The Watch List. And be sure to check out the next season of Interview with the Vampire.
Okay. Excellent interview.
That was
very
great.
good choice, M5713. Thank you for suggesting that. Quickly about Sinners. Somebody, Derek, I think Derek Lord, Derek Steele messaged me the other day and said that he had just watched Sinners for the third time, I think.
Oh, so
and
good.
he genuinely thinks it gets better every time he watches it.
It's so good.
I have held off. I have specifically been waiting to watch it even for my second time. And I own it. So I'm ready to watch it soon. But it is, I don't know. I wanted to come to it and really like give it my all again, because I do think it's one of those that we're going to be talking about for years. I mean, not unlike, I think it's a better film, but not unlike the Coppola's Dracula. Like, that is a movie that the style and the substance are both pretty weighty, and no matter your nits that you might want to pick with it. And I think there are nits to pick with Sinners too.
Yeah, it's like Get Out. Like when that came out, it was such a different kind of horror movie and so well done and so like kind of relentlessly insidious, and it was so good. And Sinners kind of has that vibe to me too, of being something that you knew immediately it was special when you sat down and watched it. You were like, holy shit, this is incredible people doing incredible work.
Absolutely. Lesser movie, but also interesting experiment, and we had lots of interesting things to say about it. There's an episode up where we discussed Shadow of the Vampire recently, the film from 2000 with Willem Dafoe and others, John Malkovich among others. We've got an episode coming up soon about The Howling from the 80s. That's going to be our next movie night, and then we'll be doing Teen Witch in a couple of weeks as well.
Yes.
So watch out for those, in addition to our ongoing book club episodes about the Blood Canticle novel. And we'll do more of these SDCC episodes as well. So stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed if you're not already to the YouTube channel. Thanks to everybody who is. Until next time, we have been the Articulate Coven. Bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all.